So what is authentication? Now, if you have any conversations about cybersecurity, of course you do, don't you? But you'll hear the term authentication. It sounds important, but what does it actually mean? Well, simply put, authentication is a process to validate the identity of someone or something. For this conversation, we're talking strictly in the cybersecurity world. So let's say you're using a computer and want to connect with and use a resource that's, somewhere else. And it's operated by a completely different organization. How do they verify that you're, you? That's authentication. Now, there are several methods of authentication. Let's cover the most common. Number one, something you know. The most common example of that would be a password. Only you know your passwords, right? Number two is something you have, a smart card. Another example would be a mobile phone that has an application on it. And then number three is something you are, facial recognition, fingerprints, retinal scans, which leads us to multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. It's where we use two or more of these methods combined before we give access to important resources. Because the bad guys are good and they're constantly improving. They're fooling employees into giving away their passwords. They're getting better at compromising text messaging, and biometric scanning, although significantly improved, still has its challenges. That's why MFA or multi-factor authentication is so critical. Without it, the bad guys only have to compromise one set of protection to get access to your stuff. Only one? Come on, don't you want to make them work for it? Just a little?